All right, guys, we've got Salvi here, obviously. If you can just raise your hand, I'll make sure to try to get to as many people as possible. Andy Rogers.
Elliot, 10 years ago today, you guys played in the wild card game, and now here you are back again. How does it feel to you to be the last remaining member of that team and now bringing this team back to the
Feel, I'm kidding. Excited to be back. I was waiting to be back to playoff for my last 10 years. So super excited for the group that we have, and let's go see what happens tomorrow.
Jalen.
Salvi, when you look back at those 10 years, what do you remember most about winning the World Series in 2015 and then the journey to get back here? What's the one thing that really stands out to you?
The way we growing up, Kansas City. All the hard work, all the front office put it on to be in here today. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's kind of hard to lose 100 games. And I've been in that situation a couple of times in my career after we won the World Series. So even last year, I think it was 106 losses last year, and now be available to make it to the playoffs the next year. It's pretty impressive. So it's pretty good.
All right, Jake.
After last year, you guys came into spring training with the goal to win the division, but ultimately to get back to the playoffs. And there was also a lot of support of getting Salvi back to the playoffs in particular. Just from where you guys started this season, coming into the spring training, I guess what gave you the belief in this group and this team that this part of the journey was possible?
Yeah, I think everything started after, last game last year when, front office talk about, get some pitcher and all the guys that we have. Walker, Lugo, Schreiber, all the veteran pitcher, the young group that we have, they wanna go to playoff, So as soon as we get to a spring training, we're just talking about to try to win the division, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we need to, go back to playoff. Yeah, they talked about me a lot, like let's get Salvi back to the playoff. Super excited for the group that we have.
Cool. You're right here.
Hi, how are you?
There must have been times, I'm guessing, along the way where you thought it might not happen, that you wouldn't get a chance to go back to the postseason
This year?
ever during that time.
Yeah. It's, bad moments gonna come to your mind. I don't like to think that way, but everybody sometimes we all can see a bad season. But I think we learn from that. That's the good thing about baseball, and I always say that I love baseball because we have opportunity, every day. So no matter how you do today, tomorrow's gonna be another game, But I try to think positive every time, and I thank God that we make it again to a playoff.
And can I ask one more?
Yeah.
Many you want, sir.
How much time? What advice have you given to these teammates of yours who've never been in the playoffs?
And playoff, like, have fun, anything can happen. I remember 2014, the World Cup game we played. It was only one game, 2014. We were down, I think, 6, 5, 7 runs in the 7th, and we end to win the game. So play hard for the first pitch to the last pitch. You never know what's going to happen in baseball. This game's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Gabe.
Hey, Salvi.
Hi, amigo.
Good, man. You guys play such close games, and your pitching staff has been so good for you down the stretch. How do you feel about following Cole and Seth and the rest of the guys into this postseason, and can they really get you guys on the run?
I feel pretty good. That's why we're here. This guy doing tremendous job all season long, I feel great. I think Coach ready, He told me the other day, just another game, Salvi. Okay, I'm going to do my job, play hard, trying to help my team to win.
Yeah. Just go there. Yep. Go ahead.
You've been in the playoffs before, and a lot of your younger teammates have, and there's a certain pressure that goes with it. How do you kind of describe what that pressure feels like as a player in the playoffs to perform?
Pressure?
Yeah.
You get excited, I think, maybe a little more in playoff, but I think in the regular season, every game before I catch one pitch, I get a little excited. After that, just a game. We just compete and have fun and try to do the best to help your team to win. Yeah, I think playoffs a little more, you know. I think this guy, they ready.
Yep. We're here, and then Lindsay.
You're facing another young team on the other side. You've seen the Orioles a little bit this year. What's your impression of their roster?
The way he plays, pretty good, you know. They didn't play off for a reason. But, you know, anything can happen in playoff. So they got some good hitting. Santander have a tremendous year. O'Hare, everybody. So we go see tomorrow.
Yep. Lindsay.
Tommy, there's a lot of catchers in this postseason who are sort of in the first few years of their major league career. What do you make of all the young catchers in the game, and what is it like for you to see how the position has changed since you came into the league?
A lot of young guys, is that what you say? What you say?
Or like early in their careers.
I don't understand.
She's talking about there's a lot of catchers in the playoffs that are early in their careers. How have you seen
Ah,
the
okay.
position change
Pretty good.
since you came in? Yep.
Smart guy, you know. We have to be smart to be a catcher. I was kidding. Good, you know. Pretty good to see some, you know, young guys in playoff and doing their job.
And you were young in 2014 and 2015. What was it like for you to be, you know, like a young member of that team,
Yeah.
really leading that?
Pretty good. You know, I think every time you have a chance to make it to the playoff, you know, it's amazing. You know, everybody knows how hard it is to make it to the playoff. I was super excited. I remember 14 and 15, you know, first playoff wildcard game. You know, I think nervous a little bit, you know, that was my first one, but excited to, you know, I have opportunity to be in playoff and win a World Series.
Cool. Annie.
Salvi, what impresses you the most about Cole Reagans from what you've learned over the last year and a half?
The way he, you know, like super calm on the mound, you know, the way he prepares himself for every time he's going to pitch. So I think he's going to do good tomorrow.
He's still really young in his career, but he's pretty mature. What do you think goes into that, given the season that he's had?
I think the season that he has, the way he prepares himself, you know, I think he get ready every 5 days, you know, to give everything he has, you know. A lot of report, you know, he always like talked about hitting and all that. Yeah, he's young, but he think like veteran guys.
All right, Jake.
What's been your favorite part about watching Bobby do what he's done this season, and now he gets to play in the postseason for the first time?
Everything about that kid, man. I always say that he's the best player I ever played with. And yeah, people see him in the field every day, but I had the opportunity to see him in the clubhouse and the way he prepares himself. It's amazing, you know. And he's doing tremendous job. Everything, the way he, you know, the way he run, the way he play hard. You know, even if he hit ground ball to the pitcher, he always run hard. You know, he's the best player for me.
You guys had some success against Burns in April. I mean, what are your thoughts on facing him now, and what challenges does that present?
In April, oof.
Long time ago.
Yeah. And he's good. You know, he's one of the best pitchers in the league. So I was gonna change. I don't think we're gonna change our plan. You know, we just need to come in tomorrow and try to win some game. I think he's gonna do his job. We're gonna do our job. See what happens.
Cool. In the back.
Not just the 2014 wild card game, but the ALCS here. What do you remember about that series and the environment?
That was a great series. I remember that. You know, everything. The fan, the stadium felt completely full. You know, the energy was loud. Yeah, it was great memory.
All right. In the back. Jake.
Just to kind of go off of that, like, you know, based on how you handled the pressure of playing here 10 seasons ago, you know, what advice can you give to those?
To the young guys.
Yeah, but then also for you yourself, just kind of, you know, since you're back here.
Yeah, I'll be fine. You know, just concentration in the game. Try to be the kid's gonna be loud, you know. I get if they feel a little excited first inning, but after that, it's gonna feel like a regular game, you know.
All right, Jalen, you got one?
Salvi, have you heard from some of your former teammates from the 2015 team about just their excitement of seeing the Rose back in the playoffs once again?
I think the most that I talk is Hosmer. Yeah, Moose a little bit, Lolo Kane, you know. They're super excited. I talked to all these guys yesterday.
All right, we good? All right.
Thank you, guys.